Restore your health, be renewed. You gotta take control to see a breakthrough. You're only one step away from a life made better. A life made better. A life made better.
Greetings to all of our dedicated listeners of the Restore Your Health podcast. I'm your host, Laronda, and this week we'll discuss how to maintain health by knowing your body type, varying blood types, and we'll also talk about diets to meet your specific needs. On the Restore Your Health here, healthy living should be a daily regimen. We discuss alternative holistic ways to maintain good overall health and wellness. You will learn how to boost your immune system, build a healthy lifestyle, and live according to biblical principles pertaining to food. Let me start by stating that all content on the show is for educational and informational purposes only, not meant to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. I'd like to start with a little inspiration. This comes from the quote, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, and faithfulness the greatest relationship." This quote speaks to the mind pertaining to how you think about your own health goals. Take care of yourself by being strategic with what you put in your body, exercising regularly, and staying hydrated. I hope this helped encourage you, and I hope that it helped to keep the main thing, and put your health first so you can enjoy your life and do the things that you love to do. Well, let us start today by talking about body types. Yes, and the varying blood types of your health. We know that every person is different and should evaluate their own bodies to know whether or not what's good and what's not, and also to know if something has changed. This is something you should not take lightly, especially when we only get one body. Therefore, I strongly encourage anyone who wants to know how the body can heal itself with the help of nature's plants, herbs, and accompanied with healthy eating. That's right, a healthy diet filled with vegetables and green leafy foods to give you the minerals and vitamins intended for your body. So let's go back to the origination of humankind. Did you know that when we were created, there was a specific diet to maintain our bodies? Yes, this was a diet with seed-bearing plants and herbs from the earth. Not a lot of fast foods, okay? But seed-bearing plants and herbs from the earth. Now, I know that some of you may not like, what I'm going to say, but I'd rather for you to be offended temporarily than to become sick. So if you do your research on the human body, there are some studies out there, guys. There are some studies that prove that my way of thinking when it pertains to how food can act as a medicine is actually true. Our bodies are electric, and our bodies are made up of mostly water and plant proteins. Therefore, we must adhere to a strict eating regimen if you want to maintain a healthy, vibrant body. Okay. So we know that, animals, if you think about animals like your cows and, the foods that you eat that some of you eat. Okay. Cows, they eat what? Grass. And grass is what? Plant proteins. Okay. Well, just like cows eat grass, eat green grass, and they produce cow's milk, they get their protein from the earth. So do we. We were created with a specific diet, okay? And therefore, we must adhere to that. And if you want to do that, therefore, we must adhere to the original diet that was meant for us. And to obtain longevity, okay? It helps us to obtain longevity, to do all the things that you were created to do. If you want to live a long life, you want to, have longevity, you want to be healthy, not just live a long life, but be healthy and live a long life, then we must do the things that will equal to a healthy body and long life. So we all have different blood types. Let's talk about that a little bit. We all have different blood types and we all have different body types. Some of us do well on the vegetarian and the vegan diet, and some of us do not. Okay. Some of our bodies thrive on the Mediterranean diet, which is another great diet. Okay. That diet, guys, includes plenty of omega fatty acids. Your fatty fish, okay, like your mackerel, your sardines and tuna, salmon, halibut, and the red snapper. Okay, that's your Mediterranean. Of course, the vegan diet is all your green leafy veggies, your beans. It's a diet that is full of plant-based foods. And your vegetarian, of course, you can have eggs and stuff with the vegetarian diet. It's mostly plants-based, too, but you can at least have eggs and things of that nature. Saying all that to say, we all have different body types. We all have different blood types. You just got to find out which diet works for you. Okay, so the Mediterranean diet is full of fatty omega acids along with lots of fruits and vegetables. I strongly encourage you. There's a reasoning behind the philosophy of eating. Did you hear that? I said there's a reasoning behind the philosophy of eating, and it was highly credited to the longevity of people in the ancient Bible days. If you think about it, just think about it. People in the Bible days who lived 120 plus years. Okay. There were nobody dying at a young age. They lived a long, sustainable life. Okay. They lived like 140, 120 years plus, and they were still walking and still talking in their right minds. So with that being said, there's definitely something to learn from the way they ate and from the way they lived their life. There were more farmers then who grew their own foods, and because of this, they lived a long, sustainable, and enjoyable, healthy life. So let's talk a little bit about the different blood types and how the human body is made to naturally fight disease. So your body is made up of different components, okay? And some of us, we have different blood types. Some of us have blood type A, or you may have blood type B. You may have blood type O negative or O positive. Then you may have blood type AB or AB positive or B positive or negative. So you may have a different blood type. Why am I talking about this? Because we need to know our own blood types. You need to know your blood type for us to know what works well with our body. Okay. What does not, and also to know what does not. Knowing this could be the secret ingredient for a life of good health. Being aware always, okay, is necessary for the foods designed for you. A famous doctor by the name of Peter J. Adamo, okay, he claims that eating food pertaining to the blood type will help your body not only digest foods properly and more efficiently, okay, but it'll also help you to extract the minerals and the vitamins from the food that you eat to prevent disease. Did you hear that? So it circles right back to the food that you eat. What are you putting in your body? Are you nourishing it with nature's plants, nature's herbs, the things that God put on the earth for us to maintain our bodies? Okay, that's what you should be doing, and that's why we're talking about this on the show today. So if you have a blood type type B, you need to avoid foods like corn, wheat, buckwheat, peanuts, lentils, sesame seeds, tomatoes, and yes, chicken. Now, I know that may sound a little harsh for some of you guys who, you still eat meat and you just don't want to let go of the chicken. There's an excellent brand out there called Beyond Meat, and they have an excellent alternative to chicken. Okay, so you should try that out. And you try it out and you will not be able to taste the difference. It is strikingly very close to the taste of chicken. Okay, they have really beat that. So you want to try that, the Beyond Meat chicken. They have different types of chicken. You can do that. And then there's another one called Garden Inn. That's another brand. It's a plant-based. Both of these are plant-based brands that you can try for an alternative. Now, as far as the tomatoes are concerned, I'm one who loves tomatoes too. So, if that's your blood type, then, you want to stay away from tomatoes, or just don't eat as many. Okay. Don't eat it as often. Okay. So these foods are known to be problematic for your body, so that you should know. Okay. Then you need to know what foods to eat. So you can have the following: green vegetables like spinach and kale, greens, of course, like turnips and greens, avocado, broccoli, zucchini, green beans. Any type of beans are really good. Okay. And then if you are vegan or vegetarian, you may eat any if you're a vegetarian, you may eat organic farmed raised eggs and certain meats like the salmon. Okay. You can have tuna, sardines, and other types of meats. Okay, that this is if you're on a type B blood type. Whether you are vegetarian, whether you are vegan, whether you are Mediterranean, these are the foods that you may eat according to blood type B. Again, you can have all those green leafy vegetables. You can have organic farmed raised eggs. You can have the salmon, tuna, sardines, and any other clean meats, but you cannot have chicken. Okay, so stick to mostly plant-based milks, of course, like your almond milk, your rice milk, your oat milk, and coconut milk. These are all great milk alternatives for you. Okay. Now, if your blood type is type AB, it's best to eat the foods like tofu, seafood, green vegetables, and you want to stay away from too much caffeine and alcohol. All right. You also want to stay away from too much smoked or cured meats, like your cured sausages or cured bacon. You want to stay away from those if that's your blood type. Okay. If your blood type is type O, then you can withstand eating meat. Okay. Because type O's thrive off of meat. They are meat eaters. Okay. And your body type requires lean meats such as poultry, fish, and of course, green vegetables. So with any of these blood type, you want to make sure you have plenty of green veggies on your plate. Okay. Make sure you're eating green veggies. Okay. And so you may also eat green beans, grains, and plant-based milks. Yes, plant-based milks are best for all these blood types. And because type O tends to have stomach issues from time to time, type O, you want to make sure that you're staying to this regimen. Okay. You want to get the best results, stick to what works for your blood type. Sticking to eating lots of vegetables that are very beneficial for your body. Okay. If you already know what your blood type is, then you can stick to those. If you don't know what your blood type is, the next time you go to your doctor, ask your doctor, to when you get your blood test done to run and find out what your blood type is. And your doctor can do that for you. Okay. Your doctor can help you reclaim good health. Okay. By giving you your blood type. And then you can go home, you can go shopping, and you can go shopping for the foods that help your specific blood type. When you know better, you do better. That's just the way it is. And you enjoy everyday life. Again, knowing your blood type is extremely important. And it's important. Why? Because you want to keep your body healthy. It's important, and keeping a regular exercise routine is important too. So I'm telling you what I tell myself. Sometimes we don't want to exercise, but hey, in the midday, if you wake up in the morning, you miss your exercise, it's okay. Guess what? You got the afternoon, you got the evening, you got your lunch break, you got periods throughout the day where you can get up and move around, do some yoga, stretch training, walking, whatever. There's so many different types of exercises out there. You don't have to be stuck to just one. If you walk, then walk. If you love yoga, do yoga. You can do strength training. You can do stretching, chair yoga. If you cannot do regular exercise, you do chair yoga. Running is good. Gardening, okay? Do gardening, or just some good old house cleaning. When you're moving around cleaning the house, you're exercising, you're moving the body. The body is moving, because remember, the body was meant to be in motion. So don't just lay around. Get up, and do some exercise. Get up and move around. You want to maintain good health also. So let's talk about the herbs and spices that were put on the earth so for us to maintain good health. Yes, so there are specific herbs that you can take that will help boost your immune system. There are different herbs you can take that will reduce the effects of inflammation in the body. There are different herbs that you can take that will help the body to heal itself. So let's talk about some of those herbs. Okay, there are numerous herbs and spices to help the body maintain good overall health, like your turmeric. Turmeric is good for inflammation. Okay, so if you have inflammation, or you have some pain, try using turmeric. You can do a turmeric tea. You can put some in your food. It's best to warm it up. You can even put some in a smoothie if you want. but it's best to have it, warm it up and have it like as a tea. Then of course, ginger is great for stomach issues, any kind of stomach issues, especially you women with menstrual cramps. If you have menstrual cramps, ginger is really good. Okay. And if you're just having plain out stomach problems, it helps, for morning sickness. Ginger is excellent for that. It's very good. It's very safe. And like I said, these are all plant bearing herbs, so they won't hurt you. Then of course there's garlic. Garlic helps to boost the immune system, period. You want to boost your immune system. Garlic, garlic, garlic. Of course, cayenne pepper helps with the blood. It helps the blood flow. Cayenne pepper, it's hot now. It's really hot. If you can withstand it, then you have a pinch of cayenne pepper in your food. It helps the blood to flow. Then we have leeks, another good, it's good for the immune system. Leeks are good for boosting your immune system, and it helps to fight off colds. So leeks and onions are good for fighting off colds. Yes. Then we have cinnamon. Cinnamon is another great herb, just like the ginger. It's good for your health. Okay. You can use ginger in just about anything, Then there's cinnamon. Cinnamon is another great herb that you can use. You can put cinnamon in your tea. You can put it in your food. You can put it in your smoothie. It's great. Then, of course, we have sage. Sage is another good one for the immune system. And rosemary. Rosemary has so many different benefits to rosemary. You can have rosemary tea. You can even use rosemary for your hair. You can put it in some oil, make your own rosemary oil, and it helps your hair to grow. So it's good for hair growth, and it's good for the immune system. It's good for fighting off little viruses. Of course, there's chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is another chamomile herb. You can use it as a tea. It's good for helping you to stay calm. Chamomile tea is, you can use that as a sleep aid too. It helps you to fall asleep at night. So if you're restless at night and you haven't been sleeping well, then you can have a little bit of chamomile tea, okay, at night, and it will help you to sleep. Well, you will sleep just like a baby. It will be such sweet sleep. And then we have peppermint. Peppermint is another amazing herb. Okay, you can put peppermint in oil as well if you want to, but peppermint is good for the immune system. It helps you to breathe. Okay, it opens up. It helps to fight off colds and fight off different viruses. And then of course there's parsley. You didn't know that parsley was good for you? It is. Parsley has benefits. Yes. So these are just a few nature's spices and herbs to help benefit the body, and it's all natural. Okay, the health benefits of these are enormous in preventing illness. These natural spices and herbs will help you feel better, quicker, and get your body in shape faster. Now, who doesn't want that? I don't know about you, but I do. I talk a lot about that in my book. If you haven't already read my book, Live, Sleep, and Eat Well, you can purchase it on Amazon. Okay, because I talk a lot about, some of these spices, some of these herbs, and I even have some of the regimens that I've used. They are also in the book. Okay, we must know how to take care of ourselves, and we know that by reading. Okay, the more we read, the more knowledge we get. The more knowledge we get, the more we can better take care of ourselves, right? So, we must know how to take care of ourselves to obtain longevity. If you want to live a long, healthy life, you got to do a little research. You got to read some books, okay? And Live, Sleep, and Eat Well is an amazing book. It's a great book I wrote, and it talks about all of this. So you can get that book. Also, that blood type book by Peter Adamo. That's another good book, okay? It talks about the blood types and what foods you need to eat and stick by to maintain good health, okay? You can get your blood type again through your doctor. Ask your doctor for your blood type. You can also get a blood type chart to follow and maintain good overall health and eating habits, which includes fruits, of course, to help maintain and lower the blood pressure and your blood pressure levels, and also to help with proper digestion. Have you guys ever heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, that's not just a saying. An apple a day really does keep the doctor away. Why? Because apples produce fiber, and fiber helps us to go to the bathroom. Fiber is good for proper digestion. Fiber, the apple helps to clean the colon, helps to clean the inside of the colon. It helps, it's good for the body. So an apple a day is really helpful and very beneficial. An apple a day, guys. Okay. And the best part of it is, most of us already have some of these foods in our refrigerator. Some of these foods that we've talked about, especially some of the spices and herbs, because we all cook with spices and herbs, right? So some of you already have this in your cupboards. Some of you already have some of these foods in your refrigerator. So you can start today. You don't have to wait. Okay. You can start eating healthy. You can start exercising. You can start, hydrating yourself better. You can start taking care of yourself better. You can do all of that. You can start that today. Okay. To get a complete guide of the eating plan, you can subscribe to my Patreon page at Restore Your Health Podcast Show with host Laronda Dawson. Okay. You can get that. I will leave the link in the chat box so that you can click on it and get that. You can get I created a complete guide, a eating plan guide, and this guide will help you to get started eating healthy. Okay. It gets you started so that you'll know what you need to do, how you need to prep, what foods you need to start buying at the grocery store, what foods you need to stop buying. And listen, I'm telling you what I had to do myself, and it did not happen overnight. Okay. It didn't. It was, I took one thing that I loved, I got rid of it, and I brought in something else that I loved that was healthy. Okay. So that's how you do it. You exchange the junk for the good food. And then, of course, I didn't talk about protein bars and things of that nature, but you can add some protein bars in there. You can add nuts and stuff like that in your diet. All that stuff is good. All natural plant-based protein, all of it's good. Okay. But just be careful on some of the protein bars. They may have a little bit too much sugar, so you still have to look out for that. But most of the protein bars are out there are good. So if you get snacky, you can have protein bars. You can make your own mixture of nuts with chocolate, with dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is good. Dark chocolate is good for proper digestion. Okay. It's good. It helps to fight diseases like cancer and things of that nature. Dark chocolate is very, very good for the body. You can mix things like that and have your own. Okay. And then of course, plenty of fruits and veggies, plenty of fruits. And, we have so many fruits out there. There's so many that you can enjoy, from apples to pears to plums to grapes to mangoes and just so many. And, tomato is really a fruit, but some of you can't have tomatoes, but the ones who can, hey, you can have those. And they're just bananas, pineapples, for those of you who can eat pineapples. There's so many different fruits out there. Kiwis, the list goes on and on. Tangerines, oranges, grapefruits. I'm trying to name them all. Pomegranates. There's so many different types of fruits out there that you can. Strawberries. Okay. Let's not talk about our berries. The berries are amazing. Blueberries are amazing for the body. Amazing. Okay. So there's so many different fruits and veggies out there that once you start going to the grocery store and you start buying this stuff, pretty soon you won't miss the junk food. You won't miss all the junk food. Now, I know it's hard for some of us that have kids because our kids like to snack. Kids, that's what they do. Kids love a snack, period. Okay. And so if you have young kids or if you have teenagers, then you want to make sure you have some healthy snacks for them. They can have, healthy snacks. I do the crackers. I do like cheese crackers. I do the protein bars and snacks. Applesauce is another good one. Of course, those little carrots, like the little carrots, they're the little small baby carrots. Those are good snacks. Grapes and things of that nature. They also have the plant-based ice cream are good. They're made with almond milk, cashew milk, the coconut milk. They can have that. So there are a lot of alternative foods out there that your children will enjoy, if they get snacky. Okay. They won't feel like, oh, we're being deprived and we're not eating the foods that we love to eat. So there's so many things. But the primary thing is putting foods in your body that help maintain good health. Let's stick to that. And the more you have of that, when you do have an off day and you want to eat something that's not good for you, you want to eat something snacky, it won't harm you. Guess why? You know why? Because you have been maintaining good health all this time. You have been putting good foods in your body all this time. And so when you very often you eat something that's not considered to be healthy, because we all do it. Let's just be honest. Nobody, can check off every list and say, I never eat anything that's not good. That's not true, because we all do. But if you maintain an overall healthy regimen from day to day, when you do very often have that dessert, or when you do very often have, the little snack that you love to eat, you will be okay. You'll be okay, because your body has already built up enough defenses to help maintain your overall health. Okay. So if you want to get that health eating plan, subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $15 a month, and we'll be adding content on there. We'll be having live events. We'll add those on there, and just little, things on there about health and wellness that I don't put on my other pages that you can learn from. When we read stuff, when we research, we know better, and we know what to do and how to maintain this body the way it was originally meant to be maintained. And that's the difference in the people of ancient Bible days and the current society we live in now. It was the foods that they ate and how they took care of their bodies. And they walked everywhere, so they got their exercise in. They didn't have the fancy cars that we have. They didn't have the houses that we have. Their houses were built different. But, mainly they walked everywhere they went. They ate foods from the earth. They were farmers. They grew their own food. They made their own foods. Okay. There were no fast foods then. Everybody cooked their own foods, and they were healthier. They lived longer. They live 120 days plus. And if you want to live a long healthy life, and still be in your right mind and walking and talking, okay, not looking slumped over and like you're just an old, person that can't do anything, then you want to maintain. You can reverse different type of diseases. It can be reversed if you will start the cycle of a healthy eating regimen. If you will start the cycle of taking care of your body, be strategic with this thing. Okay. God gave us all gifts. We all have different gifts. Everything is not meant for one specific area. We all have different gifts. Okay. And because we all have different gifts, then we can learn from each other. There's something that you can learn from listening to this show. If you will listen to the content that I share on here, I'm not just sharing this just to be sharing. I overcame a sickness myself. Okay. I got sick and I overcame it. And I did that by changing the way I ate. Okay, I got very, very sick, and I prayed and I asked the Lord to help me, to show me what to do to get myself well again. And he did. And so out of my gratitude, I share a lot of that with you. And that's really how the Restore Your Health podcast was created, because I was like, Lord, you gave me the wisdom and the fortitude to know how to get my body well again. And because you did that, I want to share that with other people. People need to know that, hey, your body can heal itself naturally. Your body was meant to fight different diseases and viruses. Okay, your body, and there are things that God put on this earth to help us to do just that. If you think about traditional medicine, most of your traditional medicine is made with the foundation of some type of herb. Yes, they are. Okay, all of them aren't just warehouse modified. A lot of them come from a natural herb, and they just add other things in with it. But God put nature here. There are different natural supplements that you can take, health supplements that you can take, different herbs that you can take. Okay. If you're a person that's not eating healthy, and you haven't been eating healthy, and you know that you have not been eating healthy, then you need to start with supplements. If you know that you have not been eating healthy, you need to start with start with some natural supplements, start with natural herbs and plants, and eat the right foods. Okay. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. It's a mind thing. It's, how a person thinks. There's a scripture that says, whatever a person thinks in his heart, so is he. The heart is the mind of the person. Whatever you think, then you actually become. So if you think that, I'm never going to get well, if you think that you're going to be sick all the time, guess what? You probably are. Whatever you think you are, and you'll be. Okay. So subscribe to my Patreon channel. You guys, you will not regret it. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube page at Restore Your Health Podcast. We have Restore Your Health Podcast tours out there. You can watch some of those that we did. We went to a farm in Atlanta. We also did some other tours. We have some more tours that we're doing this year, this summer. So you want to stay connected with us, and we are on all podcast platforms. Okay, we're out there. So just type in the Restore Your Health Podcast with Laronda Dawson, and then it will come up. And when it comes up, you'll actually see, which ones that you can kind of connect with, and you can get all the episodes. We've been talking about health and wellness and supplements and all this. We'll talk about all this stuff on our show, and it's very beneficial. Okay. It's very, very beneficial to help your body get well. Okay. And, we focus on eating right, taking care of the body. We also talk about farming and how to maintain a healthy eating regimen, all of that. So if you'd like to know more on how the body can naturally heal itself with the use of plants, herbs, and natural supplements, purchase my ebook, Live, Sleep, and Eat Well. You can get that on Amazon. Live, Sleep, and Eat Well, the journey to a healthier you, one day at a time. I'll leave the link in the chat box. You can click on the link. It'll take you right to Amazon. You can purchase it there. All right. If you like to support our podcast, you like to give a monetary donation, you can give it via Cash App at $ Laronda Dawson. You can also give to my Patreon. Okay. If you like to give to the Patreon, go over to the Patreon, subscribe to the Patreon. It's $15 a month, and you'll get all of the content that we share there, all the live events. You can get that. And then if we have any new ebooks, you'll get that for free. Okay. All that with your $15 subscription. You'll be able to get that there. All right. Well, guys, that concludes this week's episode of the Restore Your Health podcast. Until next week, have an amazing week, everyone. Some fresh cut up onions. We have carrots, we have red onions, and we have green bell pepper. And we're going to add that to our dish. Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to add a little bit of that. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. And a little bit of onions. It smells good already. Bit more. Okay, one more thing. Okay, I'll take that. Now we're going to add some broccoli into our mixture. Take some broccoli I have put up here. Broccoli in. And
Restore your health, be renewed. You gotta take control to see a breakthrough. You're only one step away from a life made better. A life made better. A life made better.